This is a story of how I moved to Quebec as an Ontario resident and I transferred my driver's license to Quebec. First things first, when you move to Quebec, I'd recommend transferring your health card and getting a RAMQ card because they will ask for that card during your appointment with SAC. The location where you're going to be changing your driver's license is called Société de l'Assurance Automobile de Québec, or SAAQ, whereas you would go to a Service Ontario. The difference between Ontario and Quebec is that one, you would need to make an appointment. Nothing will happen without an appointment. You could try going there, you could try going there the earliest in the morning, in the afternoon. It's not going to happen without an appointment. If you have a hard time getting an appointment at the time where you are free during your work, you can go in person and ask them, hey, do you have any availabilities for this time or this time or this time? Ultimately, you're going to have to take time off work if you're not able to go there. So 6 months after the date that you move to Quebec, you have to change your driver's license. So you start by filling out this form, which is pretty basic. Your information, your phone number, name, date of birth, email address. If you speak French, your current status in Canada. For me, it was a temporary foreign worker, technically, and the date you moved to Quebec. Where you have a driver's license from, mine was Ontario, but it won't come up, so I just wrote Canada. And then you put in your expiry date, etc., etc. After you fill this out, you'll get a call from a SAC agent in about at most 20 business days. During that call, they'll discuss with you what specific documents you would need to bring in your case. If you have a full driver's license, which was the case with me, you might get something like this. They would need to get the actual driver's license from you. You need to bring that to your appointment. You would need to bring your permit for being in Canada. You do not need to bring your passport. I did bring it just in case they asked, but they didn't ask to look at it. And then lastly, you'd need to bring a proof of residency in Quebec. This is why I recommended getting your health insurance card or Registre d'assurance maladie de Québec because they will link your file together. And that's going to be important when you go ahead and make your Revenue Quebec account down the road. On this page, they summarize exactly what you need to transfer your driver's license. If it's Canadian or foreign, you need to prove your status in Canada. You're either a citizen, and if you are, it's either a passport or a birth certificate. And you could just have a quick look here. How much does it cost? In Quebec, they issue the actual card for about 10 years, but then you need to pay an annual fee to keep the driver's license valid. The fee for that is $37.90 a year at the moment for a Class 5 license, which is the same thing that they call it in Alberta. And the exchange fee that I paid was $22.60. They accept cash, debit, and checks, but not credit cards. Again, that's the big difference between Ontario and Quebec. When you show up for your appointment, you would show your confirmation email, and then they would give you a little chit number. You would go have a seat, would call up your number, and you would get your photo taken. They will inspect your documents. So again, current driver's license, proof of address, could be a bank bill, it could be a telephone bill, something if you don't have a RAMQ card or if you're not eligible for it yet. Your current permit or passport or something that proves your status in Canada. And then you do a quick vision test and you'd sign the document, and then they would give you, and then of course you would pay. I paid with cash because my card wasn't working on their debit terminal. This is the receipt. After your transaction, they will give you a temporary license. The temporary license, I'm showing you a photo of it now. It's valid from the day of issue. You have to sign it by hand right there, and it's valid for about 40 days. If you don't receive your new card, your actual driver's license, within about a week of the expiry, you need to call the number at the bottom of the card, and they will work that out for you. So all in all, pretty simple. The biggest difference was that you can't just wake up one day and go, hey, I have time today. Let's go to Service Ontario or Service Quebec and get it done. No, you have to make an appointment and you have to go there for that appointment. But all in all, I would say a very easy process.